Nobody hold us down.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
What up? What up?
Sunday afternoon EMP.
Yeah, it's a little Sunday afternoon activities.
Yep.
Our Earth's Mightiest Heroes books.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if it's Avengers books this month or not, but
I don't know. They don't exist.
yeah, I don't seem to.
Yeah. Anyways, you're listening to Earth's Mightiest Podcast, episode 179. That's right.
Man, just keeps ticking, man. Like, I feel like I started listening to this show about in the 70s.
Feels like we've been podcasting for that long, but I don't think that technology existed then.
No, I mean, episode 70s.
1970s. That was a good
Yeah.
year.
How you doing, Corwin?
I'm good. I'm child free. The kids have gone to Jamaica with their grandfather for a month. So
Whoa.
there's absolutely no kids in the house right now, which is awesome. I miss
You
those
still got
grandkids.
the fur kids though.
Yeah, still got the puppies, of course, causing all kind of problems, but it's cool. I've got a little side project that I'm working on for this one company, so not too much free time, but I'm gonna be working and trying to find some time to play in the meantime.
Hell yeah.
What about you guys?
What about you, Bobby?
Boy, same old, same old. I'm trying to get a band together. Actually, been kind of reunited with this guy that I played with a little bit, like when we were in high school, but we were kind of like on separate paths, and so been jamming a little bit, seeing if we can come up with some manageable tunes. Put a set together. See if we could maybe play a set list that wouldn't empty a room. And so that's fun. It's nice to play music in the summertime.
All right. Like our venues like up uh for performers and stuff now?
Uh they're starting to book stuff.
Okay.
Uh not all of them, but I think and it's sort of like slow and steady, but definitely people are thinking, like, looking towards the fall being more normal activities.
All right.
So, but it's always a good time to play music, even if you don't have a gig. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been just swamped with with commissions, so I've just been busy doing those. Um, and then planning big vacation in August, and
oh,
we'll be doing that.
where are you guys going?
We are going to Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, so Dr. Wife is gonna be finished with her fellowship, and she'll be completely done at the end of July. And so,
Wow.
1 month off, and then she's full on attending doctor
Then she's
in September.
giving up all rights and privileges after that.
Pretty much. So,
The things they do for love.
mhm. So yeah. Um, Other than that, though, everything else has been good.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be staying more or less on track with you guys, and it's nice to get in and sort of do this once a week. Check in with you guys. It's always
Fun
it's a
time.
good touchstone for me.
Yeah, honestly, if we didn't have this podcast, I probably would like not be reading any comics at the moment.
Yeah, it does help. It does help.
Yeah, it gets me to it forces me to regularly stop and read books, which is good.
Yeah, it is good.
I guess I'm the only one that's just really hooked on these books, especially the X-Men stuff. I can't wait every week for stuff to
I
drop.
I like the binge.
It's not that they're not good. That's not it. It's just yeah. It's like one of those things where it's yeah. I like to binge, but also I just things, especially in the summer. You know, you just things get pushed aside, and then all of a sudden you gotta just make sure you get it all done in one fell swoop. Sometimes it's okay though. Those are problems you want to have, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys already watch Black Widow?
Yes,
Didn't see Black Widow yet.
yes, yes, yes.
Is it good?
We can save
We'll
it
do it
for
next time.
EMBS or something. Yeah, but
Thumb,
yeah.
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, thumbs up,
Yeah, thumbs up.
thumbs up
Yeah.
for sure. It
All right.
was well worth it.
Nice. All right. Cool. I'll put some effort into that then this week. Uh, well,
Yeah.
should we do the damn thing?
Yeah. We should tell them about the Patreon and podcast reviews, Bobby.
Well, yeah, of course. You know, one way you can let us know we're doing a good job is by podcast reviews. It's the best way to spread the news about Earth's Mightiest podcasts and our other podcasts on our channel. And in the ocean of other podcasts, that's the lifeline that draws you, the listeners, to us. So super easy, it's super quick. Leave us a rating. It'll make you feel good inside.
Still haven't gotten a new was it? I still want to call it iTunes. I'm gonna call it iTunes.
Yeah, whatever.
We
Can't-
haven't gotten a new iTunes review in a while.
Yeah, we're sad about that. We want one.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess with that, we will cue Tribe One.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Tribe.
Well, actually, here you can give us money. That's cool too. Patreon.com/EMPcast, and for as little as $1 a month, you can get our EMBS episodes as we were the week of recording. Otherwise, it's free for you a month later, so they'll be out of date. But yeah,
and you want it.
yeah, and you can upgrade your payment, and you can get some free swag, like some mugs or comics, and just kind of, or even like custom toys by me. So
All
check
types
it
of
out.
Good-ish.
All right.
With that business out of the way.
Will, yeah. Then now we will cue Tribe One and start the show.
Best podcast theme song in the business.
Oh yeah. And I don't have it queued up, Corbin, so we'll just edit here.
Nice.
Here we go. This is Earth's Mightiest podcast, and I am Corwin. And with me, as always, are Viet
Hello.
and Bobby.
Yeah.
We stand strong as your front line to the Avengers titles published by Marvel Comics. We defend you from the bad books and avenge the books you may have missed.
Issues will be rated from a 1 to 5, with 1 being very, very bad and 5 being very, very good. There will be spoilers, so consider your ass. That's the ass that you're
Sitting on
that you're sitting on. Warned.
or standing with.
Yeah. The one attached to you.
All right, so we are jumping back into the second and final half of the Heroes Reborn universe. I am starting it off with issue 5, written by Jason Aaron, art by R.M. Guerrera. They brought the Scalp team back. Colors by
That's where the name sounds familiar.
Gulia Briscoe. And then the second story by Jason Aaron with Ed McGuinness penciling, Mark Morales on inks, and Matthew Wilson on colors. Yeah, it clicked for me like maybe right after the credits page, where I was like, ah, because
Yeah.
again, the art style was just very different. I don't think it's standard superhero comic booky art, but this issue is all about Nighthawk. That's his name, right? I didn't mess that up.
Yep. Nighthawk.
All right, so the Batman analog semi, well, he's not even semi senator as well as superhero. He's got his hands in pretty much everything, and they play him up as such. Um, these issues for the Heroes Reborn have all been about, each individual issue has been about one of the Squadron Supreme characters. So this is where we learn all about him and his background. Um, some pretty cool scenes too in here. If you see his in his loft, he has almost like a bat cave, and in it he has a Winter Soldier's arm. He has Elektra's size, Baron Zemo's mask. What's that one dude who was in the X Men, the villain? The
Silver Samurai.
nope.
He's got
Well,
his
that
helmet.
looks like the next one, two over, the one racist dude from
Baron Zemo.
nope, beside before him. It almost looks like the KKK.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was his name?
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
he got his ass beaten in one of the X Men issues and Marauders issues recently.
Oh, I
Anyway.
was wondering who that was actually.
Yeah. But in this, Nighthawk is just dealing with his usual things. He seems to have been a Spider-Man analog in this universe as well, as most of his villains seem to be Spider-Man villains in Bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we learned that he even had a symbiote suit. He worked with Black Cat, so there's a lot of analogs here with.
That's funny. You're right, but I didn't really make that connection.
Oh yeah, and then
Even though, yeah, like
Yeah, and his main villain is Green Goblin.
right, and even
he's so Batman-y, Like,
yeah, and even Gwen was his sidekick, as we learned in one of the tie-ins and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's very, very interesting analog. It was a fun issue. And of course, the backup story, we have Ronin facing off against Nighthawk, and just to show you how badass Nighthawk is, they're almost evenly matched throughout the whole battle until we realize that Ronin is really the Black Panther, and as he reaches Wakanda, Blade and Captain America, they're waiting for him.
that was a pretty cool misdirect. I like that.
And Silverbolt in the chat. We are talking about Heroes Reborn. And welcome on in.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Well, before we kick it off, how did you guys feel about the Arm Guerrero art?
It was a little spotty at times. I don't know if I like it. Or I guess it's just it's such a big
Departure.
It's a drastic change from Ed McGuinness, I guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a little bit it's a bit jarring.
But I don't think it's bad.
Right.
Oh, and we do learn Goblin killed Sam Wilson Falcon, who was his sidekick.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's really actually, I think the most fun part is how they flesh out the universe in the way that it might have been, like they really do take the time to reference a lot of stuff. And it's all, obviously very much parallels the 616, but the differences are they're really interesting. I don't know. It's kind of like you make you sort of like win or lose this this whole like trope by whether or not that stuff works, and they're making it work for me for sure.
I had this thought earlier today, and I was just like, was this whole Heroes Reborn thing like? I'm assuming Jason Aaron has like a Marvel exclusive contract or something.
I think so.
And like this is just his excuse. Like he's just been itching to to write Justice League. It's just like, I'm gonna write this Justice League book for by hell or high water.
I had a very different like insight into wonder why this happened, and it's not gonna make a lot of sense. But I know recently that some NASA scientists are saying now that they believe there might there's almost definitely parallel universes. And I was like, what if the people in the Marvel office started thinking about that? And then they were like, let's turn that into the summer event.
Yeah.
And then I punched myself in the face.
Yeah, I mean, and like like your Green Goblin is your Joker analog, right? It's just like,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So
I do love how they took the what was it called? It's not the ultimate versions. What was that universe they made with these characters with this version of Nighthawk? Was it Ultimate?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, it was Ultimate.
I don't remember. I
mean,
think it was JMS. Was it JMS? Was it Straczynski who? No, it was the Ultimate. No, it wasn't the Ultimate
not
Universe.
the Ultimates.
It was a different universe because they even crossed them over. But at the very beginning of this issue, you see Nighthawk in that uniform as a flashback of how he used to be. Oh, what did they call it? What universe was
not
it?
Amalgam?
No.
That's like a long time ago.
Keep going. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Ultimate. I think it was Ultimate Power.
Ultimate Power. No
Ultimate
idea.
Power.
Well, but I mean, the Squadron Supreme does show up like every so often, right? What is there? Is there some other like context for their presence in the Marvel universe? Like, what is their backstory normally?
The Squadron originally came from a different universe.
Because I remember the most recent time I remember them is in New Avengers when Hickman was closing out.
No, we talked about this before. No, they go way back to the 70s.
I know they go further than that. I said the most recent.
Almost recent. No, they've used him. Oh lordy. Yeah, Hickman used them in his Avengers run. They come and go here and there.
Yeah.
I feel like there was even one other thing besides Hickman's, but yeah, they do come and go.
Yeah, they were around during Original Sin.
Right. Yeah.
Supreme Power. That was the universe that JMS launched. I don't remember. It was early 2000s, right after the Ultimates. 2003. Supreme Power. It was a different universe, but it did end up crossing over with the Ultimate Universe.
Wow.
It was a mature take on the characters too. I'm pretty certain it was all mature readers. I think. Actually, I have those hardcovers in storage somewhere on the shelf. But all right, sidetracking.
But yeah, I thought this was cool, like blending in the like Spider-Man and Batman, pretty much.
I do miss the editor's notes of see whatever issues like they've done in.
Right.
Were those the crossover issues or was those actual issues? That might have been the crossover issues, not the main series.
It was cool either way.
Yeah.
All right. I guess if there's nothing else to say, throw out them grades.
Are we gonna grade each one or?
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets a 4. Four parallel universes. I like this stuff. I'm enjoying it. Really, I really am.
I liked it too. I like piecing together, the little subtle things or the differences. I don't think the art quite worked for this kind of story. So this is getting 3.5 falling falcons.
Nice alliteration. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 3.5. 3.5. Batman symbiotes.
Kind of creepy is symbiote.
And then it goes with the red skull to become the black skull.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, Viet, why don't you tell us what happens in issue number
All
6?
right, we have issue 6, Heroes Reborn. Uh, yeah, number 6, written by Jason Aaron, art by Erica D'Urso, and art colors by Jason Keith. And so this is the issue about Power Princess, who is our Wonder Woman analog. And she's just a badass. she, and then it's sort of like Wonder Woman slash Thor analog, right? Like she deals with all of the Thor villains. We got instead of Mangog, it's Algog because he ate all like a bunch of the Asgardian people, and she kind of wipes them out pretty easily. And then like instead of the Amazonians, they're like what is it called? Utopia Isle, like Utopia Island. Uh,
Oh,
and then you see that she has a lot of a lot of heroes like in stone, like even like the Wasp and Tigra and even Hercules. She also has a Siege Perilous. That's interesting.
I was a little confused. I thought the utopian reference, I thought that made her a mutant. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh,
But
wrong one.
but I see what. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And but yeah, so it's just her dealing with all that, but then she goes to Asgard and she runs into a drunk Thor, and she kind of knocks some sense into him. Like he's kind of Thor is finally starting getting into reality, like getting by, like figuring out what's going on. Um,
Uh oh.
and she knocks some sense into him, and then then in comes Thor, and they have a big fight, and then and she ends up getting away, but she's with the Squadron Supreme and just like, what the hell are Avengers? And that's
Oh, you
the
chipped out, Viet.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
lost you
me.
for a second, V.
oh I was saying
Uh-oh.
that like she like after the big fight with Thor, she
Viet,
she yeah,
you cut out for like 10 seconds or so.
10 seconds. Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear
We
you now.
can.
Okay. I was saying like after the big fight with Thor, she basically goes up to their team and is just like, what the hell are Avengers? And yeah, and then so then we on the backup story we just see how badass Power Princess is. Like she takes care of like the God Butcher like easily. And like throughout history and all that kind of stuff, and then we then see Thor being his Thor self, and then she gets approached by Echo, uh who is phoenixed out, saying like, hey, maybe you kind of want to assemble.
um, who's Echo? Who is she? I know
Maya, Maya Lopez, she first appeared in a Daredevil series. She was
that's what I thought, but
groomed by the Kingpin to kill Matt. Um, she's almost like a taskmaster.
hmm.
She can read people's. If I'm not mistaken, I think she can kind of copy people's moves, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, but she's also deaf.
Yeah.
Hence Echo.
Yeah. But yeah,
Got it.
so yeah, that's the end of the issue.
Yeah, I mean, pretty fun stuff. I don't know. Like, I thought I was gonna really yawn through these, and I don't know. They're good. The one thing we didn't mention either too is the covers, the Lineal U covers.
Mm-hmm.
How they connect.
Yeah, that's cool. They connect. I just like it as kind of a throwback to like the Hickman Avengers era. Like That was like honestly where I actually started reading the Avengers like on a monthly basis was during the Hickman era. So
So once again, Jason Aaron just does it with the little references and Easter eggs that you just can't not admire.
yeah,
Uh,
good way of saying it.
the Siege Perilous was a very funny thing with her and the magic mirror.
Yeah, and she just used it to get booze.
But at one point, she takes out an axe made from the Rainbow Bridge.
Right.
I thought that was pretty awesome. Or her invisible sword. What is it called? No sword.
Yeah.
What
Um,
is that? Ileana's sword,
it's a play on like Wonder Woman's sword or Wonder Woman's invisible jet or
invisible
no
jet.
blade.
Yeah.
No blade. Yeah, the no blade, the invisible sword. Um, there were some fun ones in here too. Yeah, her and Gore and her and uh, what do they call Planet Hulk again? Green Scar.
Scar. Yeah. Um.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I forgot. She just took down Jean Grey Phoenix like
Dark
by
Phoenix.
herself too. Yeah. So you're just like, holy crap.
And then the backup story, which is called Drunk History, which I thought was pretty funny
Mm,
because, of course, through it all, Thor's been drunk through the ages.
yep.
We see her. Yep, we see her. We see the three versions of her, like they did in the King Thor storyline, where it's three different versions of her to kill Gore.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good touch.
I feel like there's a little bit of like Captain Marvel in her as well, though. Like just in her kind of like devil may care attitude, but also being just like almost almost unfairly overpowered at times. Like the
Yeah.
way you think, at least the way you think of Captain Marvel, like in the MCU, you know how she's been depicted as like Deus Ex Machina almost.
Yeah. Yeah, or it's like, and like she's got a personality like She-Hulk, at least like Dan Slott's She-Hulk back in the day. Just like totally badass and just sleeping with people whenever she feels like it and getting drunk.
I enjoyed this art a little bit more.
Agreed.
I am looking for what else she's done. Looks like she worked on The Life of Captain Marvel. Let me double check because this website isn't exactly clear.
Erica de Ursa.
Yeah, I don't know if she did a variant or she actually worked on the issue. It's hard to. We need a different website. I
It's
miss Comic Book DB so much.
it's uh it's not that her work really looks like Ed McGuinness is exactly, but I guess Ed McGuinness kind of falls a little bit more in that slightly cartoonish like group, I would say, like as really when you get to like his faces, you know, like it's just not like photorealism comic book art. It's just kind of like more of a closer to like Marvel House style, I guess.
Yeah.
So it looks like she started out. It looks like she started out doing this series, indie series called Prison Witch, and then she worked on
That sounds cool.
James Bond book and one issue of Life of Captain Marvel, and then the Mighty Valkyries is what she's currently working on.
Okay.
Why is this issue not in here anyway in the credits?
Hmm.
Yeah, this issue's not even showing up in the credits. So I don't know. This is kind of what this website says. I don't know
Sounds
how
like she's
accurate it
kind of
is.
new to the scene then.
It is, but damn, if she's new,
Yeah,
she's
she's
got
talented.
she's talented. She's got the chops. She's got room to grow, definitely.
But still, yeah, I mean, this looks very polished and you know, in the ways that matter. Like like you said, a little bit of room to grow. But maybe see, this is where I'm never quite sure if there's an inker or a colorist who's owed a lot of credit, like is somebody helping this shine, or
Well,
you know,
Erica
she
Durso
did it all.
did, or she did the pencils and the inks, and
Okay,
Jason Keith is the colorist.
the colors are actually really cool in this. I like them a lot, but
I
I
mean,
don't think that's what's making it stand out.
it is pretty flat though. I mean,
Yeah,
the colors really make things stand out. Her art style is kind of flat, but as I said, I think she's pretty new still, but she's got it, and she's got some growing to do.
Yeah.
There's no Pepe Larraz kind of detail here
right,
yet.
right. But we shall follow this young one's career with great interest.
Indeed. And then, like, for all we know, like, Erica's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. Dude, she
Years.
says. It's like what's it called? I think was it Paul McCartney like featured like on a Kanye West song, and then seeing people on Twitter just like this Paul McCartney guy. You're just like Kanye's gonna put this guy on the map. You're just like,
Dude got bars.
yeah. So
Oh Lord.
hopefully that's not the case, Erica. If so, we apologize. But we like your art.
Yeah. We're trying to compliment you.
Yes. But yeah, this was a fun issue. And like of all like the DC people, I do like Wonder Woman. So
Yeah.
All right.
let's throw out that grade then.
Yeah, I give it this will get four no stars.
All right. I think you and I are kind of in the same boat with that because I'm going to give it a solid 4 necrolassos.
You.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 siege bartenders. One thing I just noticed as on that scene where she is talking to the siege perilous, right? The is it the destroyer?
Yes, the
Yeah.
destroyer armor.
Yeah, the destroyer armor is missing an arm,
Mm-hmm.
like a left arm, and that's the arm that the Allgog
Winter
had.
Soldier? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, just,
Algog is looking very Thorish with only one eye and then one
right.
arm, one fake arm.
Yeah. And but yeah, he had the destroyer arm. So it's just like, oh, look, that's a nice touch.
That's a pretty good detail, to be honest.
Agreed.
Um all right. Heroes Reborn episode 7. So in this issue, basically um the Squadron Supreme is putting some serious smackdown. We get it's like more of a uh what do we call it, flashback, I guess, to some stuff that happened, uh like how Norman, actually, what is it that happened with Norman Osborn? I keep thinking he's the president, but then it's not him. It's
Coulson.
Coulson. Um, I'll the main thing that happens in this issue is that we get a little bit of a look behind Coulson's desk, if you will, and sort of the we're seeing that the squadron is kind of like they're trying to figure out who the Avengers are, because they've all started to like hear some rumblings, right? The name keeps coming up, and we see them at the end, the speedster, who's kind of a take on Peter Parker, even though the other guy's got the Spider-Man backstory. They're standing in front of the what would be our Lincoln Monument, and it's President Fury, the Howling Commander in Chief, And at his foot there's a plaque that says "In Mephisto We Trust." So you know, if we weren't sure up till now, that's the definite um, sort of the devil's in the details, if you will. That this is a world that's not supposed to be this way. And then we get a backstory where Coulson is in his office and he's been spying on the squadron, trying to figure out what they know, when they know it, stuff like that. And he brings in his his trusted advisors, Vice President Thunderbolt Ross and Press Secretary Jameson, and they're coming up with ways that they should sort of frame. They're going to have to frame the Squadron Supreme, and Coulson's got a better idea.
Or Wakanda.
Yeah.
Right, right. They're gonna. Well, right. That's right. They're because they've discovered Wakanda. That's right. I forgot an important issue. They've now discovered that Wakanda exists, even though it's been invisible to the rest of the world up till now. Um, and in fact, they bump into uh, Steve Rogers and his cadre of Lost Avengers, and so now, yeah, basically they have to make Wakanda into the enemy, and he says basically that they're going to start bombing them, and so they come up with the plan is that Wakandan agents assassinated the vice president and the press secretary, and Coulson shoots him, and then he has a nice talk with his doggy, um, which is Mephisto, and yeah, basically says it's clear that Coulson has sold his soul long ago, uh, and it's kind of creepy, and I don't like it.
Yep.
Mephisto's scary.
He has the Pandemonium Cube.
The Helahedron.
Yeah.
Right. So, which is like red rather than the blue that we normally see um the
The
tesseract.
Cosmic Cube.
Yeah, the cosmic cube looking like, and it's just a really creepy Ed McGuinness shot of Coulson holding the cube looking so evil.
Yeah. Super evil.
um yeah, it's really good.
So we've got Aaron Cooter on the first story. Um,
Yeah,
and who's the Dean White on the colors. I gotta say, this issue is all about the whole Squadron Supreme of America, all of them finally coming together. But just the trips down memory lane are fantastic. You've got the Civil War,
Yeah, I was about to say that.
basically,
Yeah.
and even at this point, Nighthawk has the symbiote suit, and he seems to have the
Eye
Eye
of
of
Agamotto.
Agamotto.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Um, and what's his name? Hyperion has to take him out into space, I guess, to burn this, try to fly him into the sun to get rid of the suit.
Yeah.
I mean, just they're all around history and the little things that they go back to, which isn't even necessary to some degree, but you know, they show you.
it's really not. It makes the story though, right? Like it's totally not necessary, but it makes it so much more fun to go down these paths with them because they're so familiar but so awkwardly different.
We see when Alpha Flight, led by Wolverine, kills Hyperion. Um, Little two pager, which of course it gets expanded in the one shot that came out the same month.
Yeah,
Um, we see I want to call her Zarda. What's her name again?
that is her name.
Zarda. We see
Yeah,
her finally kill the the Goblin.
Yeah.
And I love the line. She's like, what does she say? I never understood you boys and your precious rogues galleries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see the Dark Squadron get formed under Green Goblin, and you have Sentry, Moon Knight, Nova, Valkyrie, and the Ghost Runner play on the Dark Avengers. It was a good touch.
Mm-hmm.
No vehicle, just Ghost Runner.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Blur, was that his name? The speedster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even he gets one page with the whole one moment in time where Mephisto kind of erased Spider-Man's
Bring-
marriage. We have him there with that. It's just like it's not even necessary, but it just helps build so much with the characters and
Yeah.
what's going on. You know.
I have a question. Who is the Green Lantern analog supposed to represent? Like
Dr. Spectrum.
Dr. Spectrum.
Yeah. He's the rainbow color dude.
Right.
Jewel.
I do you feel like he has been has he been portrayed as somebody um or like taking the place of somebody else in the Marvel universe? It seems like he hasn't had
No, he's the cosmic character, so I really can't think of who.
Would he just be like Captain
Captain Marvel.
Marvel? Captain
Yeah.
Marvel, maybe?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Like
Cool,
just
just
going
wondering.
around dealing with space stuff.
Cosmic threats.
Yeah.
Got it. I do like the way that the that Blur talks too. Like it's very Peter Parker-esque. He's always kind of like he's really chatty and poking fun all the time.
I was gonna ask you, Corin, what was Phil Coulson doing before this?
He died. Who killed him again?
Because like I'm like kind of blurring what happened in Agents of Shield and like the movies,
Right.
like versus like what he did in comics. Like when
Well,
did he turn evil, or like was like have they ever explained why he's evil now?
He's back from the dead, so that probably has to do with why he's evil.
Okay.
If we go back to Secret Empire, um, Empire Cap tricked Deadpool into killing him.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
Deadpool ended up killing Coulson, which made his
Okay,
life
so
pretty difficult as well.
that's why he would hate Cap.
Maybe, but we don't know how he came back. Obviously, it has something to do with Mephisto, so we don't really know
Right.
what the story is with how he came back and why he's serving Mephisto. But one can assume he struck some kind of deal in death
Right.
to come back. But
Yeah, and I mean, because so then that actually makes a lot of sense, just because like he made a world without the Avengers because he feels betrayed that the one guy that he admired was Captain America, right?
right,
I
And
actually
even he can turn evil.
sorry, Viet. I was just gonna say that I kind of like that as a extension of Coulson's character that we know him even from the MCU because you go back to the first Avengers movie when he had those Captain America cards in his
Right, exactly.
jacket and stuff, and so bringing the Avengers together was he was sort of uh, they were they tried to cast him as the catalyst that made the Avengers finally gel, and this would be him disassembling them. It is a pretty cool. It's a good dichotomy. I like it.
Yeah. On one side, that's like cool that they're tying into that, but at the same time, that makes Secret Empire relevant.
uh,
So that's fucked up. Is what I'm trying to say.
I never finished quite. Did I finish mapping Secret Empire? I don't even remember if I finished mapping Secret Empire.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
don't make Cap Hydra.
Who are in the
Hey,
photos on Coulson's desk? Not his desk. He's looking out the window, and it looks like Fury, but it like Sam Jack Fury.
Where are we talking?
Let's see. It's page 8. It's like the last 2 pages of the first story.
Oh, okay. I'm in the second story. Got you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And he's sitting in his office and he's kind of like overhearing them when they're talking at the top of the Washington Monument. And he says, "Oh, you adorable little idiots." And there's like it looks I was trying to figure out if it matters, but maybe it doesn't. It looks like Fury and I can't tell who the other ones are.
The bearded one is probably Jason Aaron.
Oh.
That's
Jason Aaron have a big beard.
yeah, he did cut it down, but that's probably him
Yeah,
there.
he looks like a Viking.
Yeah,
And
that's Jason Aaron.
that I don't know if that's Aaron Cooter near. I don't know what he looks like.
Okay. Copy that.
President Fury. Good twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like does he owe like I wonder if that's gonna come into play somewhere, like
Fury versus Coulson.
yeah.
Yeah, that could happen. It is Jason Aaron. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
You never know.
He'll give you what you don't even know you want. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, we also see we see Starbrand is there to fight them
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
the Avengers have been assembled.
That's right.
Wait, who are we missing? We have Thor, we have Phoenix.
Yeah, we don't have a
Hulk.
Ghost Rider. We don't have a
and an
Hulk.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, and an Iron Fist.
Well, I was comparing it to the 1000 BC,
Right.
1 million
Oh,
BC
right.
Avengers. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're missing the Iron Fist and the Ghost Rider. So
Mhm.
maybe Iron Fist will get a nice story arc coming up then.
Maybe.
I don't think he's doing anything else right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and grade this. Give it four smiling hellhounds.
And I'm gonna give this. Yeah, I agree. 4 omits, 1 moment in time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 Mephistogs.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Mephistogs. All right. So it's up to me to bring this Heroes Reborn universe to its conclusion in what is called Heroes Return #1. Written by Jason Aaron with art by Ed McGuinness, inks by Mark Morales, and Matthew Wilson on colors. Ooh, pretty gruesome first page. Coulson has pretty much gone on a rampage. It looks like he's killed Peter Parker and Reed Richards, and I don't know who's that supposed to be in the
Guess
chairs.
he's
That's
supposed to be the Thing or Ben Grimm. I'm guessing.
Probably. I don't know why I'm thinking Kingpin, but yeah, maybe it was Ben. But yeah, he's kind of pissed. So Coulson is setting his own course for Northeast Africa to try to deal with Wakanda as well as the Squadron Supreme. At one point, he even says, Squadron Supreme of America is already on site. Try not to hit them, but if you happen to kill a few, well, it won't be the end of the world. So even to his team, he's not completely protective of. All right, so big battle going down. We have Hyperion versus Thor. We have Phoenix versus Power Princess. Starbrand versus Dr. Spectrum. Blur versus Black Panther. Black Hawk. Blade versus Nighthawk. And Cap is just dealing with Coulson and the was it Pandemonium Cube, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The bearded Cap is just so strange. It wouldn't be the first time now, would it?
Yeah, he's been bearded before.
Yeah, that was the Remender run, Dimension Z. Matter of fact, whatever happened to that Bucky? Anyway, sidebar.
we don't mention the Remender. Apparently. They just erase it. They must have left on bad terms.
Oh yeah, I think
Holy
so.
crap.
I think so. I think they did. So yeah, we get some pretty cool battle where Hyperion and Thor are throwing down, and at one point Hyperion even tries to like superheat Mjolnir, but Thor still ends up grabbing it, even though his hands are aflame. The Blur and Black Panther one was a good one, but I really think Black Panther should be outgunned when it comes to Blur. I mean, his whole dimensional traveling and all this other stuff. I don't think Panther could take him. I just,
Yeah, there's got to be more of a strategic advantage in Wakanda. But
yeah, maybe. Um, Starbrand baby ends up melting Doctor Spectrum's gem, it completely depowers him.
his lantern or gem.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Blade and Nighthawk one is a pretty cool fight. They seem to be pretty evenly matched, and Nighthawk makes a pretty cool comment. Is why do you saying why do you think there's no more vampires left in this world? I'll give you one guess. So all in all, pretty cool throwing down. Eventually, Zarda was even taken down by the combination of Phoenix and Starbrand. Um, Hyperion is eventually taken down by Thor. Uh, it's just a great overall battle, and even at the end of it all, um, Captain America, well, not even Captain America, Starbrand and Phoenix once again end up melting the cube, which seems to negate everything. And next thing we know, we're back in Avengers Tower, where everybody's kind of surprised that overnight Starbrand went from a baby to a toddler. So nobody seems to really remember what happened except possibly Blade out of the Avengers. But of course, it looks like Hyperion and most of the different Squadron Supreme of America remembered what happened. Even Nighthawk is convinced that the world wasn't mistake. It made sense, and he's going to make the world make sense again, even if he has to do it alone. End of the issue, we see the cube, and it looks like Coulson's trapped inside of it. But then Mephisto's giving this big speech about look how much he was able to do with this cube and just himself. So imagine what he can accomplish with 615 more Mephistos as we see the Council of Red, uh, a whole council of Mephistos.
Be prepared.
Episode title right there.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
I love he even has a crown of flame over his head as well.
Yeah, and yeah, I was looking at the different Mephistos. Like, there's even like a sort of like a Mephisto ham.
Yes. There's a superhero one. There's a Moon Knight looking one. There's a vampire one. There's a female one.
And
There's
then
the
like I was wondering, like, are these like the ones that survived, the ones that weren't killed by Khonshu?
probably since
Yeah.
there's 616 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, and I was like, why 615? That's such a specific number.
I feel like there must have been 666, and then some of them are dead.
Well, the multiverse is infinite, but
Or is
Oh.
are we talking
Oh.
about 616?
Yeah,
and then
no,
one
it is.
died.
no, he's talking about himself. He says, "What can we
Yeah,
do with
him
615 more?" So 616
I
altogether.
just answered my own
Yeah,
question.
that was of us. Yeah.
The Ed McGuinness art really not.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Liked it a lot.
I think there were a couple panels though that like I thought were a little odd. Like the part where like Nighthawk is throwing his I don't know, Night Hawkerang. like that panel is like a little weird. Like it doesn't look like he's throwing it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
things
it's
like
not
that.
doesn't have much movement to it.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
it's kind of nitpicking there. But there were certain panels where just like, you could do better at. But that one first panel of like Hyperion and Thor fighting is gorgeous.
Yes.
Ed McGuinness draws the big buff dudes very well.
You know what? I think with Blur and Black Panther, I think they're just trying to show that all the hits Black Panther took were absorbed by his suit, which he was able to use, I guess.
Ah, okay. Like to speed himself up.
Yeah, take the hit so he can get a good lick in on Blur.
And what's with Thor's little tribal tats?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I thought at first I thought it was maybe Wakandan technology that he was using to absorb
Oh,
the
maybe.
blows, but it doesn't look like that. So I don't know.
I'll just say, or like was he just a drunk douchebag in this universe, and that's why he has all the tribal tats?
I don't know. We'll have to keep.
And how about this? How about vibranium being the kryptonite of this story? Ah, crap. I think we lost them. Ah, crap. There was a limit to. Oh boy. Uh, Pardon me, folks, on the Twitch channel. We're gonna have to edit this out. I guess there's a limit to the Google meeting. To the Google meeting. I'm gonna start a new one. I'm gonna start a new one. Hang on. Sending a new one. Do. Sorry, everybody. You there, Bobby?
I'm here.
Okay. I guess there was a time limit.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah, like we were close to an hour. So.
Maybe, you know, maybe somebody's internet just dropped for a second. All it takes sometimes.
Yep. So work on getting your Skype working.
No, I will.
Yeah.
I will. I just I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get it while I was like, you know, scrambling to.
Right.
You know how that goes. Like,
Right.
all right, Corwin, let's finish this up.
Shoot an email. Okay. Da. Add the Corwins.
Viet, you jerk. Now I have the Lion King stuck in my head.
There he is.
Whoa.
Okay, we're back.
We
So,
teleported.
yeah, so apparently there's a 1 hour limit to Google Meetings.
Okay, I'll get my Skype fixed, I promise.
All right. So yeah, what were we talking about again?
Mephisto?
Thor. I think I was saying Thor's tattoos. Maybe we'll see what happens with the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
writer
we're
that
talking
comes
about
up.
the tribal tats on Thor is interesting.
Oh, right.
And yeah, I don't know what that means. But yeah, and we're basically saying that Starbrand it's not that Starbrand aged. It's just that this Heroes Reborn universe Starbrand baby is here, is in the 616 now.
Well, I think it's the same baby. It's just that I guess she grew up in that other time compared to the time she was here.
Right.
I mean, it's the same baby. I guess she kept the age of the timeline. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not that, like she's the same character as in like Heroes Reborn, because she's like feisty and angry.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious if she's gonna seek out Rocket.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Like, there might be some stuff with Guardians in the
Maybe
future.
maybe the time flows differently in the different worlds.
But she's the only one to seem to have kept it.
Yeah. Well, her and the Squadron Supreme.
Yeah, that I was gonna mention that. That was a good touch on that next page where it's in front of the bugle, because that's where Hyperion was with Peter when the
Yeah.
things came crashing down. So they were kind of referencing that story.
Right.
That was a good touch.
Because that was actually kind of sad since he was like talking to Peter Parker, but he didn't know it.
Yeah, searching for an old friend.
That was his Jimmy Olsen.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby. Unless you guys got anything else, you want to throw those grades out?
Yeah, that man, I mean for he's my Jimmy Olsen's.
Um, I think I'm gonna bump up a little bit higher than that just because I just love the action in this overall. The whole Heroes Reborn, it was just individual stories of each character, but I think Jason Aaron did a
Finally coming
fantastic
together.
job of little stories, backup stories in each issue. So he brought it all together here where we get all the action and the story at once. So this is going to get 4.5. Oh, I can't think of an M word for a group, so I'm just gonna go. Oh, there we go. A murder of Mephistos. Boom.
Whoa,
Murder
boy.
of
Boom.
Mephistos. Boom. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll probably give this a more of a 4, not 4.5, but 4. Roided out devil dogs. Yes, because man, Ed McGuinness draws a buff
Lot of
dog.
Yeah.
There's a lot of muscles on that dog that probably don't exist in
Yeah.
dog anatomy.
Well,
It's like he drew, like he was like drawing like a human. He's like, oh shit, he's supposed to be a dog. And then
here,
it's like, fuck it, we'll just keep him.
here's a quick question for you guys. So this Mephisto page, is the one on the bottom left supposed to be our Mephisto? Is the dog supposed to be from a different universe, or what do you guys think?
Hmm. Well, like, he's not this dog one isn't the the hellhound from from the from Dracula, right? From the Dracula group.
No,
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
it's definitely
It's not Sarge, right?
It's
I think.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just like a form that he's taking.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious because it seems like all the other ones, we got one that looks like more of ours in the bottom corner there.
Yeah. Yeah, over on the left side.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think that
Oh,
But the one that was killed, that was in prison, wasn't he like in a suit?
he was, but you know what? Now that I think about it, our Mephisto was killed, but I think this was him trying to rebuild himself because remember he had to go and start collecting from all the people that owed him.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's building himself back up.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
that sounds about right.
All right.
I think we're meant to understand that this is this guy who's sort of the ringleader of them is sort of the Mephisto that we've had experiences with. It's my understanding.
Gotcha. All right.
Scary stuff. I mean, like, are we gonna see? I thought that this series was gonna end with a little bit more of a. I mean, I guess I should have known that like this is how they would Mephisto would get away and not just get away like they can close out that alternate Earth, but you know leave this other dark terror for another time. Like this looks pretty scary.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure where they're going with this. Like it seems at the very least we could say it won't be a rehash of something we've already seen.
Yeah. And I gotta hand it to Jason Aaron, man. Like I was
Good
slightly
story.
skeptical that you're
Yep.
gonna get me to care about the Squadron Supreme,
Yep.
but you got me to care about the Squadron Supreme.
At least contextually, like you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
would I continue to read a Squadron Supreme book? Probably not.
No. But
y-
it made sense in the you know for what they were there to do.
right.
And it felt, and because of the way that was written with all the backup with the fleshed out universe, that's really what made it livable and believable. Like you did care a little bit about, like, the Nighthawk character was really, I was pretty into that after a while, like so much stuff going on with him. uh yeah, it's pretty impressive. This is good stuff.
Indeed.
Agreed.
I only read one of the tie-ins, but we can kind of just go down the line, I guess.
Did you read the Marvel Double Action?
I did not.
That's the only one I didn't read.
Okay. Yeah, I read American Nights.
Well, I read Alpha Flight,
Yeah,
Final Flight.
yeah, like, so I guess we'll go down the line. American Nights by Paul Grist, and art by Chris Allen, and with Mark Deering, and colors by Guru EFX. And this one was pretty dark. I mean, I guess Luke Cage is your Commissioner Gordon analog
Right.
in this, and yeah, Daredevil is he's a priest of Mephisto, which is interesting.
Hmm.
And it's it's a Nighthawk story. But yeah, just kind of fleshing out that side of things.
No, you also get Misty Knight and Jessica Jones as detective partners.
Right. And it was okay. I wouldn't say this issue was necessary.
Probably if you're a big Cage fan and want to see what he's up to, maybe.
Right. But yeah, not necessary. And like, I guess like he's not Daredevil, right? He's not the devil, he's the saint. And like when you're called the saint, and your god is like, your normal god is Mephisto, like you're called the saint because it's just like, how dare, don't ever call me the saint. So
Well,
I thought that was interesting.
it's interesting too that your first comment, Viet, this was kind of dark. I think that's maybe supposed to be the takeaway of a lot of these side books, because let's not forget, we're living in it's Mephisto's world. We're just living in it.
Right.
And I certainly felt that way about the ones I was reading. I don't know who's next here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't read Marvel Double Action, but it looked cool. Like, I like that it was like drawn in the old style Marvel comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So haven't checked that out. I did read Night Gwen,
Night
number
Alright.
one, written by credits page. Hold on, think it's Vita Ayala
Ooh,
and
Vida L. I like them. I don't know if
uh,
it's a male or female.
female.
Yeah. Okay.
Female. She writes some of the X-Men stuff, I
Yeah.
think. Farid Karami on art and Eric Arciniega on colors. And of course, in this universe, Gwen became a sidekick to Nighthawk. So this is kind of a bit of her story. Um, if you're a Gwen person, then you probably would like this. It doesn't really touch too heavily into the Heroes Reborn. I don't even think Nighthawk appears much. But Gwen does go on a date with Misty, so it does connect a little bit with the Luke Cage character because actually he's in here as well. Um,
So
but
she's kind of more of a Batwoman analog.
yeah, yeah, but she worked with Nighthawk, of course. So this is just kind of her story and her history. Nothing else with really the other characters except for the fact that at one point, you know, she's dating Misty, so you see Misty and you see Luke show up.
Cool.
All right.
uh,
Next is Squadron Savage.
Hmm.
I didn't read that.
I didn't either.
All
Corey.
right, so this one is written by Ethan Sachs with art by Luca Pizzari, Carlos Lopez on colors. This is, I guess you can call it the Black Ops group of the Heroes Reborn universe. You got Elektra, you got Frank Castle, uh, you got Cloak, um, Crossbones, and Murder Hornet, who we all know as the Wasp. But they all seem to be this hit squad group for is it Wilson Fisk? I believe it's Fisk who's in charge of this group.
I quit Inquire.
No, I thought so too. It
Okay.
looks like him, but this is Remnant,
Oh.
Magic Textile Manipulator. I have no clue who this character is. Might be a new one. Definitely reminds you of Quentin. But yeah. So this team is actually sent in to kill another team that's been causing problems for Fisk. You come to find out that Dagger's on this team, and this whole Squadron Sinister team have all kind of been brainwashed into thinking that they're the good guys and that they're doing good things. Um, definitely does not really end on a happy note, but it's just the Black Ops side of things.
Huh.
No real ties to the main story as well. Actually, it's Kang. Kang is the villain, not Kang is the villain who Fisk is trying to get. We say it
Oh.
that way.
Okay.
So,
um, I did read Weapon X and Alpha Flight, where we get the true horror story of what became of Logan and his merry band. It's written by Ed Brisson, artist Roland Bosky, Chris O'Halloran colors. Tony Daniel cover is very choice. So basically, what we find out is that at some point, 2 years ago, in fact, um, Alpha Flight, led by Wolverine, was going up against Squadron Supreme. And this is because at a certain point, America needed more resources, something like that, basically invaded Canada. Um, Essentially led by by the Squadron Supreme. And so Alpha Flight represents this sort of rebel, force that's trying to fight for the freedom of Canadian patriots. And in the battle, basically, even though Hyperion is supposed to be almost invincible, uh, their magic user, shaman, enchanted Wolverine's claws, and he was able to stab Hyperion, who was just as surprised as everyone else. Uh, and so, because of that, the squadron is now hunting Alpha Flight and Weapon X to extermination, essentially. And it's kind of just a matter of time. They're sort of like, moving by night and sleep, like hiding by day kind of thing. They know that things are closing in, and uh, Sasquatch basically is approached by or it's not even sure if he's approached, or he cuts a deal with Squadron Supreme to basically uh, draw Logan out so that Hyperion can get a shot at killing him, and then to to save the rest of their lives. So it's a pretty dark story as well. The team ends up, of course, split up at the end. Hyperion takes Logan, drops him on an empty, barren planet in some, like, at the edge of the galaxy with no oxygen, and just leaves him there to rot with his healing factor, keeping him alive, though he can't breathe. It's pretty gross. Um, there's a lot of back story as to like how Alpha Flight sort of represents the X-Men of this world. Um, their Professor X is actually the like the guy, the original Weapon X doctor.
Cornelius.
Yeah, actually, they say Dr. Hudson.
Yes, he's actually a Hudson, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, but it's him, and he's not like, he doesn't seem like he's as evil. He definitely is like looking out for Wolverine, but maybe it's like, surrogate son weirdness stuff. Um, this is good. This is a good story. It's uh definitely worth reading. But again, just sort of gives you, what it does give you is this sort of look just underneath the surface. You can see that everything in this world just falls apart, uh, or sort of goes back to it. It wants to move towards dark and bad. Like,
Does the shaman have the Eye of Agamotto? Like, is
Looks
he
like it.
like
no,
he's got a Sorcerer Supreme look to him?
he does, but he doesn't have the Eye of Agamotto because um, that was discussed already.
Well, I
That
I
was a
assume,
flashback.
yeah, I assume they stole it from him or something. They
Yeah.
took it
No,
from
they
him.
they don't do that though. They
Okay.
because they actually they stay true to their word. They take Wolverine, and they start to beat them kind of to a pulp, and then Nighthawk is like, nope, nope, a deal's a deal, and they're all like, what? And he's like, yep, if you want to know, ask Sasquatch. And they're like, oh no, you tricked us.
Yeah. Okay.
So and if you, it's just not, you know what I mean, like, it's he's just using his powers, I guess.
All right.
Ugh.
All
Well,
right.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
That's a
we made
wrap.
it through another heavy month of Heroes Reborn. I think next month
Woo.
we're kind of back to normal with 2 or 3 books. We will pick back up the Past Division stuff as well. Well, the what do we call it? Past Division
Retro.
is more the
Yeah.
past. Yeah, so
Cool.
retro reviews, which I think is also taking. But yeah, we'll get back to Avengers Initiative possibly next month as well. Bobby, tell people how they can reach us.
Yes, we have an email address, an electronic mail. That's EMP at earthsmightiestpodcast.com. And you can all hang out with us in our Facebook group that replaced our forums of the yore. That's Facebook group.earthsmightiestpodcast.com. Look for Corwin on the Twitters at EMPcast. You can look for Viet on the Twitters at Comedian Viet. You can look for me on the Twitters at Bobby Mobetta. That's me on Instagram. You probably, if you really need to talk to me, it's probably the better place to look. Um, and yeah, there's the collective net hashtag that will lead you to ours and a bunch of other Marvel hero podcasts for all your podcasting needs. And that's all she wrote.
All right.
Special thanks to Tribe One for our theme song. Check out his site, tribe1.bandcamp.com. And with that, we will see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Deuces.
Peace.
And stopping streaming now.